with the OJ jury, David Letterman. See it. How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you very much. Okay, hey, no. All right, thank you. Good evening. Welcome to the Late Show. My name is Dave Letterman. Today is my birthday. I've been drinking. Thank you so much. Let me tell you about one thing. Maybe you remember this last year on my birthday. First of all, it's my birthday. I couldn't be happier, and thank you so much for celebrating with me. But last year, I'm a little disappointed. I'll tell you why. Last year, on my birthday, Drew Barrymore. You know what I'm talking about? Well, lovely. Oh, man. So, Drew Barrymore, a fine actress and a lovely woman, is booked to be a guest on the show, and she's a guest on the show, and, you know, things are going pretty well. I think to myself, the next thing you know, she's ripped off all her clothes, and she's dancing naked on my desk. Well, as a happy birthday gift to me. So, you know, we thought, well, you know, maybe that'd be great. Maybe we do that every year. And I was thinking, yes, this would be, you know, because frankly, stuff like that doesn't really happen to me in my life. And I was thinking, sure, let's try and make this a regular thing, you know. It's a little disappointing because of budget problems. And because of some travel mix-ups, tonight, I'll be getting a lap dance from Drew Carey. It's still something. It's Drew Carey. Whoa! Still, you've really taken that to heart, aren't you?
I'm so disappointed.
Nobody's sorrier about that than I am. But right after the show, it will be my usual birthday celebration. I'll go home and I'll put the candles on the pizza, and then I tip the Domino's guy $5 and he sings happy birthday. So I'm very... Oh, no, come on!
That was just a joke.
No, hey, did I mention I've been drinking? Don't worry about me. I'm fine. So I was thinking about getting older, and there's a fascinating new medical study from the University of Pennsylvania. And it says when men get older, their brains begin to shrink, and it affects their concentration and their memory. You know, I was reading a fascinating study from the University of Pennsylvania. When men get older, their brains shrink, and it affects their memory and their concentration. It's amazing. It's unbelievable. Hey, boy. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to this. I think this is a great thing. I think this is a great thing for the country. I think this is a great thing for the CBS television network. In a couple of months now, I guess maybe in the early fall, President Clinton, Bill Clinton, our president, the most powerful man in the world, Tubby, our president, Bill Clinton will be playing himself in a CBS TV movie. And I think this is a terrific move. This will be the first time in his life he's actually been acting like a president. That'll be great. I'm so excited about that. The first time in his life. So, now Clinton was very, very excited about the role, but, you know, he was disappointed that he didn't have to sleep with anybody to get the part. That was the one thing that really kind of bummed him out. Let's see, I believe this week, ladies and gentlemen, Sunday, it will be the 130th anniversary of the death of Abraham Lincoln. 130 years ago on Sunday, Abraham Lincoln assassinated, and Senator Bob Dole talking about it. He says he reflects on the death of Lincoln a great deal. And, you're getting ahead of the joke, but I think Dole, you know, should, because it was Dole that night that said, Abe, I got theater tickets, I can't use them. You want them? You want to go, Abe? I can't make it. Abe, you want to? Abe, theater tickets? Hello, girls. Hello, girls. I think this is pretty silly. I don't know if you've heard about this. I read about this today and I thought, man, it just doesn't get any stranger than this. In Iran, they're having difficulty covering the American political scene, the presidential race, because the Persian word for the male reproductive organ is dole. Isn't that nuts? Isn't that ironic? Isn't that strange? As a matter of fact, whenever they do write a story in Iran about American politics, it's usually something, you know, like President Clinton thinks with his dole. That's usually about what they... And then... But... I was thinking to myself, it would be very, very funny if it turned out that the Persian word for ass was Buchanan, and then, you know... If you had, like, Dole Buchanan, that'd be the perfect balanced ticket, wouldn't it? Dole Buchanan, boy, you'd be in business. That's right. Yes, sir! Ladies and gentlemen, we have a wonderful, wonderful television program for you folks here tonight. Our old friend, Mr. News himself, Tom Brokaw, will be joining us. Tom Brokaw. Man. Last year it was Drew Barrymore. This year it's that guy. Well, makes it all worthwhile somehow. 30 years in show business. And, ladies and gentlemen, we have a great story coming out of the Midwest. I believe Ohio, the Buckeye State. It's the story of Blue, the truck-driving dog. Right here on the program tonight. Blue, the truck-driving dog. Hey, boys, how's it going? Tom T. Hall, right? Blue, the truck-driving dog.
I remember that song.
Yeah,
Blue, the truck-driving dog.
And one of the greats in the world of country western music, Rosanne Cash is on this program this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Now, say hello to my good friend, Paul Schaefer. This morning, and if you know me, you know I'm nothing if not introspective, kind of reflective. And I said to myself when I got up this morning, I said, Dave, you know something? By nature, you're a pretty decent guy. You're not a bad guy. When it gets right down to it, you're an okay sort of guy. People like you. You got a lot of friends. You're a lucky man. Here's what you're not, Dave. You're not greedy. You're not selfish. Right. I do a lot of things for a lot of people. I give people things. I don't even think about it. Sure, you want my shirt, you want my shoes, you want money, you want gum, you want my lunch. Not a problem. I don't care. It makes me happy to make you happy. Oh. And then I thought, well, you know, that's fine, Dave, except today's your birthday. Why don't, for once in your life, you stop being a chump? So I came up with a wonderful idea on my birthday, and normally I wouldn't do this, but because it is my birthday, I want to try one thing. Do me a favor, Jerry. Turn on the camera out there. Let's take a look down in Times Square. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. One of the great marks, one of the great landmarks in all the world. It's Times Square. You're looking right now at the big Sony Jumbotron. All right, Jerry, if you can, punch my likeness up there. Hey, everybody, hey! Here we are. Yes, sir. How you doing? Okay, wait a minute. Okay. All right. That's right. Attention, citizens of New York. It's me, Dave. It's my birthday. Bring me a present. Bring me a present. All right, so we'll just see what happens. We'll just, you know. So I know you get the lovely gifts here on the birthday. It'll be fun.
Right.
It's tax time. You paid your tax. You don't have to pay taxes. You're Canadian.
I pay taxes here.
Oh, do you really?
Yes, lots and lots of taxes.
Okay.
I am in the 100% tax bracket.
Well,
everything I make goes to the American government.
You don't get to keep anything.
No.
It goes right to the government.
Yeah, all
well,
of it,
I'm sorry to hear that. But it's just, well, actually, we're 3 days away from filing. You got to get your income tax in by midnight, April 15th, or you go to jail. It's a known fact. If you don't file by midnight, they come to your home and they take you to a federal penitentiary, and you spend the rest of your life rotting in prison. So with that in mind, I said, well, how can I do a favor for the people who may be struggling with their taxes now? So I said, well, here's a great idea. I'll take my personal accountant, Fred Nigro. You know Fred,
I know,
yeah.
of course.
I'll take my personal accountant, Fred Nigro, and we'll go to a neighborhood in New Jersey. We'll go door to door, and we'll ask people questions about the IRS, about income tax, about everything. And if we're lucky, maybe we can even help somebody with their taxes. So that's what we're going to do tonight. Me, Fred Nigro, going door to door in New Jersey, asking about taxes and talking to people about their income tax here. Roll the videotape. Okay, it's a beautiful day here in Clifton, New Jersey. This, of course, is certified public accountant Fred Nigro and decorated war hero. We're going to go door to door and talk to people about income taxes, and maybe if we get lucky, Fred will actually get to help somebody do their income tax. You excited, Fred?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you know what else we need for this? We need some kind of a theme song for you, Fred. You know what I mean? Whenever I mention your name, Fred Nigro, CPA, we want some kind of a theme song. No, that's not. No.
Fred Nigro.
Oh, that's perfect. That'll be your theme song. All right, here we go. It's a beautiful day for this. Come on. How do you do?
Hi.
Dave Letterman.
Oh, hi, Dave. How are you?
Nice to meet you. What's your name, sir?
Fred Spencer.
Fred Spencer?
Hi.
This is Fred Nigro, certified public accountant.
Fred Nigro.
Maybe it's me. I'm just tired of this. You know, and the other thing is, Fred, this is not like the first time we've done this. We did this for the Olympics. We were out hiking around in snow. And we jumped in somebody's pool. We went door to door in London.
I just had a pork chop for breakfast.
You had a pork chop
Yeah.
for breakfast? Yeah, we saw a guy climbing a tree.
Seriously, Phil. You got a busted rib. Be careful.
Oh my God! One day we had Richard Simmons. We took Richard Simmons door to door. Would you guys mind finishing this up for me? I don't think I can do this anymore.
Hi, Mother, how are you?
Fine, how are you,
Good.
Fred?
I'm Fred Spencer, as you know. Why don't you be Fred Nigro?
Fred Nigro.
Do you think I could claim that woman who breaks into my house as a dependent? Don't you think Fred here looks like Tom Selleck?
Yes, a little bit.
How about Gerald Riviera?
Gerardo Rivera?
Yeah. Okay, here's the nice one. Fill in the blank. Accountants do it with
Pleasure.
pleasure, huh? Okay. Sorry, it was a trick question. Accountants don't actually do it. Right, Fred?
Look at that. Boy, that's a beautiful piece of meat, isn't it? Look at that one. That one's just going to be perfect.
Do you think Fred here looks like Tom Selleck?
No, more like Geraldo Rivera.
Very good. How about Gerald Riviera?
Danny, let me ask you a question. Which one of your neighbors do you think is using Scott's Turf Builder? Is it lawn A or lawn B?
Fred, you having fun doing this?
Not really.
Yeah, me neither.
Look who's over there. It's my mom. Hi, Mom. How'd it go?
Oh, great, Dave. Great.
Nice job.
Good.
Thanks, Fred.
Good to see you.
We'll look at the tape and give you a call.
Okay.
All right, have a good
Very
day.
good.
All right. Stand clear.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Something when it's tax time. Of course. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Brokaw is here. Rosanne Cash and Blue, the truck driving dog. Come on back. Nice to have you with us. Happy birthday. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to The Late Show. I'm Dave, that's Paul. We got any gifts here? Anybody ready any presents yet? Turn on the Jumbotron thing. Let me try it one more time. Let's go back to the Jumbotron. It's my birthday. Bring me a present. Bring me a present. Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Brokaw is here. This is amazing. We have a truck driving dog. It's unbelievable. We've been on the air about 15 years. Never before in the history of this program, or maybe in the history of mankind, period, has there been a truck driving dog. Do you know what that means, Paul? If you think about that, if you consider that, the dog gets into the truck, puts it in gear, starts it up, then puts it in gear, and drives. He drove
Yeah.
like from Chicago to Phoenix.
Amazing.
It's unbelievable.
Can hardly wait to hear him talk
Went
about
out
it.
I-80 part of the way and then dropped down to I-70
Yeah.
and then took old US 40 the rest of the way into Phoenix. It's an unbelievable story. And Rosanne Cash is on the program also here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Here in my right hand, I have a copy of the old top 10 list. Let's... You know, the home office has been in Grand Rapids for the last 2.5 years, and then we heard some folks in Wahoo, Nebraska said, move the home office to Wahoo, Nebraska. We said, all right, we'll settle it this way. Roll up the garage door there. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. If you happen to live in the Wahoo area, you send us stuff. We'll put it in a big Wahoo drum. If you live in Grand Rapids and you want the home office to remain in Grand Rapids, you send us stuff, we'll put it in the Grand Rapids drum, and then at the end of a period of time, we'll total up the value, and we'll then determine whether we stay in Grand Rapids or go to Wahoo, Nebraska. Now let's take a look now at how things stand. First, tell us all about what we have.
Frozen enchiladas, wedding dress, kitchen sink envelopes, 10% off coupon to Wahoo Hardee's, plastic tree guard, plastic blow-up giraffe, John Deere tractor toy, Ginny the gingerbread doll, giant white cowboy hat, cooler filled with dinner rolls, certificate from the state of Nebraska governor proclaiming Dave an admiral of the great navy.
That's from Wahoo. So far, the accumulated drafts from Wahoo. Now, I just love that music. It makes it seem like we're actually doing something. It's just like a big dump here.
That's right.
All right, here now is the accumulated stuff from Grand Rapids.
Can of tuna fish, drum set, propeller hat, fluid pump, Merv Griffin dance party record, jukebox, plastic blow-up giraffe, dried apples and cherries, socks, balloons, box of macaroni and cheese, $100 forwarded to the Connecticut State Police for speeding tickets.
Yes, sir. Okay, now let's take a look at the estimated accumulated value. First, Grand Rapids so far in the big home office derby. $1,423, and Wahoo, it's $1,420. Oh, please. It's very, very close. It's $1 apart. It's $1 apart. Man, isn't that unbelievable? It's just neck and neck there in the big, whether or not we move the home office. All right, put down the garage door. Put that thing down. There you go. We got the garage door hooked up to your organ.
I don't know how that happened. And that's painful.
Ladies and gentlemen, here in my right hand, I have a copy of the top 10 list. The category, Top 10 Signs Me, Dave, Am Getting Old. Top 10 Signs Me, Dave, on my 49th birthday. Top 10 Signs Me, Dave, Am Getting Old. Here we go, number 10. Flecks of gray starting to appear in my hairpiece. Number 9. Recently broke my hip opening a can of beefaroni. Number 8. A movie producer told me, if anything happens to Mathau, you're our next grumpy old man. Number 7. Number 7. I'm pretty much winded after I read number 7.
That's all.
Number 6. I look as bad as my accountant, Fred Nigro. Number 5. The old coot in aisle 3 screaming about the price of paper towels. That's me. Number 4, right now I'm sitting at a Craftmatic adjustable desk. Oh, yes. Number 3, at least once a day I trip and fall and end up with my cane up my ass. Yep. Number 2, I'm told Drew Barrymore gave me a present last year, but I don't know what. Did you hear about that study from the University of Pennsylvania?
What was that again?
And the number 1 sign, me, Dave Letterman, I'm getting older. I can't stay up late enough to watch my own show. Hey, Tom, how you doing, my man? Hey, Tom, nice to see you. How's it going? Hey, Tommy, how you doing, buddy? Hey, you the man, man. You the man, buddy. You the man, Tommy. Hey. Now he's in the proper frame of mind to come out and be on the show.
All right.
I warmed him up. A little good-natured kidding around there. A little icebreaker. Tom's ready to go now.
That's what it takes.
Yeah, exactly. Sure. It's one of the little secrets. It'll be in my book one day. Speaking of books, by the way, here's my mom's cookbook. It's coming out in a couple of days. Look at that right there. It's me. There's Mom right there. Dorothy.
Beautiful. See that.
Got some recipes in there. I'm telling you, the macaroni and cheese. Unbelievable. You know, she uses the mix where it comes in the can. You know, some of you get the mix where the cheese comes in that bag. No. Get the mix where the cheese comes in the can. Get the deluxe mix. It's all here in Mom's cookbook. Get the deluxe macaroni and cheese mix right in there.
Hey, Tom, how you doing, buddy? How's it going, man? Nice to see you.
I had a drink just before the show. Just before the show. This just in, another tumbler of gin. Dan Rather and I had a couple of cocktails before the show. Our first guest tonight is the anchor of the NBC Nightly News and a very, very, very good friend of ours. Next month, this man will celebrate his 30th year with that network. Do me a favor, please welcome to the program my college roommate, Tom Brokaw. Tom! Tom, how you doing? Nice to see you. Welcome to the program, sir.
The real reason, the real sign that you're getting older, Drew Barrymore last year, news anchor this year.
No.
Yes, sir.
We're happy to have you. We just don't want you naked. Now, there was a song, remember? That's a Rosanne Cash song, isn't it? Yeah, I think that's a beautiful tune. Tom, how the hell you been, buddy?
I've been very well, thank you.
You know, I've known you for a long, long time. How long has it been? 15 years? 12 years? Something like that? And we're friends. We're friendly. I think the world of you. I think there is nobody better at what you do than you. I know that you own like 4,000 acres in Montana, like 10,000-acre ranch or something, have 200,000 head of cattle. It's like a big spread out there in Big Sky country.
I do.
And every weekend, I know you and you're getting your private jet and you go to Montana, you do some fly fishing, you do some rodeo riding and whatever else you do, then you come back. Now, suddenly, and I'm thinking to myself, Montana, you know, that's heaven right here on earth. All of a sudden,
well, that's kind of a
every
bad
goofball wacko is in Montana.
Wait a minute.
You got your Unabomber, you got them free men. What else you got out there? You got the Elks Club, you got the Rotarians, you got the Kiwanis Club. They're all nuts out there.
They carry your show. They even carry your show. They go all the way. I feel bad about that because Montana is kind of my second home. New York is my first home. And I've got to say, the difference between Montana and New York is that within 100 yards of where we're sitting right now, there are 1,000 more wackos in New York City per square foot than there will ever be in Montana. The big difference is that not every New York wacko has got a camera. We just don't have that many cameras. I mean, and everybody in Montana right now has a camera on them. But they've adapted very well, I think. There's a new T-shirt out in Helena, and it says, Montana, at least our cows are sane.
Well, yes, the mad cow disease. But seriously, did you know that the guy was there? Did you know the Unabomber was there and you just weren't saying anything?
I've been through that. I've been through that town on a number of occasions, and I thought he'd been named the most valuable player last year in Lincoln. Actually, Art Buckwell, my buddy, started calling around and saying to our mutual friends, hey, Brokaw spends a lot of time in Montana. He tells us he's a great reporter. How come he didn't tell us about the Unabomber?
It's interesting to me that the FBI, when they picked up the guy, and apparently it looks like it, well, of course, you don't know until the trial, but it looks like they've got a lot of really good evidence, but they've been searching. This guy lived in a hut, like a shack, like a 10-by-12 shack.
Right.
They've been searching it now for 2 weeks. How long does it take to search a 10-by-12 shack? You know, what is that?
There's a lot of small rooms.
Now, Tom, can you help me out here? Not that it bothers me, but I'm thinking next time I have one of these birthdays, I'll be 50. Yeah, how old a man are you?
Half a century. 56. I'm actually 56.
You're not 56. No, you're
yes,
not.
I am.
You look like you're 36.
No, I'd like...
Oh, Tommy. You look like you're 36.
No, where you are now, been there, done that, and just soon go back and do it again, actually. But when you're 50...
You've done all right for yourself. But any insights, any special things I might look for, any advice you can give me?
I think for men that 50 is the big blindside birthday. We just don't see it coming.
Right.
Suddenly, you're no longer the youngest person in the room. Suddenly, you're expected to, in fact, have some wisdom. You can't just act out of your instincts. And when I went back and did some calculation when I turned 50, and I realized that John Kennedy, had he lived, would have been in the 7th year of his presidency when he was just 50 years old. So it gives it a kind of perspective. Then I was reading a book about a young man and an older woman, and it was kind of an evocative scene, and I was thinking, God, every young man's idea is to have an older woman interested. And then I thought, for a young woman to be interested, an older woman to be interested in me, she'd have to be 60. And it, it loses a certain amount of the appeal. And then I thought, but a 60-year-old
but if you're like
woman,
me, I'll take whatever I can get.
No. But here's the deal. Here's the deal. An older woman, 60, is probably going to want a younger man who's not 50. She's going to go right on by.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
20 years old. Yeah, but that whole thing stinks. Now I really am depressed.
You'll do all right.
Let me have another drink, Tom. Whoa! Happy birthday, Dave! We're going to do a commercial. We'll continue visiting here with Tom Brokaw. Truck driving dog and Rosanne Cash. Man, we got us a truck driving dog. Buddy, you ever cover a story about a truck?
You know, we showed my dog on here once before.
Sage.
Right, Sage the Wonder Dog, designated driver in Montana. You ever get in trouble out there, you just put Sage in the cab, she drives you right home.
Tell me a story about Sage the dog.
Well, in fact, part of the problem is that we keep thinking that we have this in some kind of context at our house. When the kids left, we got this dog, and we got quite crazy about this dog for...
You're madly in love with the dog.
All the good reasons. We kind of tell our friends what a wonderful dog this is and everything. We realized that we'd probably gone too far when recently, after a little party at our house, Sage got into the kitchen during the night and ate some brownies off the plate that was left behind.
Dogs do stuff like that.
Sure. Sweet tooth. So the next day, Meredith is driving, my wife is driving over to play tennis with a friend of hers and says kind of out of the blue to her friend, Sage got into the brownies last night. And the friend gets this kind of puzzled expression on her face and says to Meredith, into the organization? And we said, no.
We pulled some strings. We got the dog into the Girl Scouts of America.
Right. And well, that's the point. And it was kind of insulting to Meredith to think that we would start with the brownies with Sage. We'd only put her in the Girl Scouts.
Of course,
we would never go to the brownies.
No, don't mess around with the brownies when you get a bright dog like that. But can Sage drive a truck? And you say the answer is yes.
The answer.
You get that photo?
We've got that photo.
Oh, this is a good picture, yeah. Now, to me, this is what Blue, the truck driving dog, ought to look like. If he doesn't look like this, we don't want him.
It made us a little nervous the last time that in fact, I had this out, Meredith was out in Montana with Sage, and I called her and said that Sage is going to be on the Letterman show tonight. She said, well, it's about time, first of all. But she kept him up and put him right in front of the television screen. And he turned and walked away.
No.
He said, no.
Your wife sits up with the dog.
Yes, she did.
Look, Sage, there, buddy, right there.
Oh, man, Tom.
That's it.
Could be time for a checkup for Meredith.
That's right.
So a milestone here, 30 years on the air at NBC. Congratulations.
Long time.
Yeah, what was the first gig you had with NBC?
Well, actually, the first time I was ever on the air, I was not yet at the network. I was working for an affiliate in Omaha, and I was 23 years old.
Right.
And the old Huntley-Brinkley report, which you'll remember.
David Brinkley, Chet Huntley?
Right, and Chet mispronounced my name, but I didn't care.
Well, how did he do it? What did he get?
Brokaw. Tom Brokaw.
Close enough for a 22-year-old? Yeah, what do you care?
So
Sure.
that's right. And it was a story about a woman who had fallen in a circus to her death, and that a friend of mine, Pat Hall, was a still photographer, had gotten a couple of pictures of her, and I went down the next day, and we did this kind of melancholy thing with, you know, the fat lady and the clown and the midget, and everybody weeping about the circus and the family and the whole thing. That was my breakthrough on television. So when people
30 years later, still just as touching.
Right. And it's doing the same kind of stories, by the way. We moved a long way in network news.
So they saw this on the feed, they snapped it up and put you on
not
their...
quite. I went next to Atlanta, and then very quickly to Los Angeles, and I was in Los Angeles.
But that story got on the network news.
That got on the network news.
Pretty good.
I got some stories out of Atlanta on the network news, and that's when they said, well, why don't you go to California? So I did.
Tom, I don't know, and I don't even care what it is NBC, your company, is doing for you to mark your 30th anniversary, but we have a little something for you. You are an avid outdoorsman. You go camping, you go climbing, you go rafting, you go fishing, you go hunting, naked jogging. You do everything there is to do in the wilderness.
Right.
And you know every place to go and all about the equipment. We have a little something for you. Tom, open the garage door. Bring out the Newsboy Canoe. It's all yours, Tom. Put that to good use. Thank you very much. Tom Brokaw, ladies and gentlemen. coming up. If you're just joining us, do me a favor, wake the kids and phone the neighbors. We have a fascinating show, a little story for you. Blue, the truck driving dog. It's a wonderful thing. It's for the kids. It's for the kids at heart. It's for you. It's for kids from 8 to 80. It's a story about a dog who drove a truck. And also on the show, Rosanne Cash will be here. Monday on the program, Bruce Willis will be joining us, fine actor. Heather Locklear, lovely woman, fine talent. And Red Hot Chili Peppers will be here as well. And well, come by and see if you can't get a ticket for Monday's show. How are we doing? Did anybody bring me presents? It's my birthday. People from all over the tri-state area are bringing me presents. No, friends of bitches. Hi, how are you? What's your name? What's your name? Daniel. Michael and Daniel. Ladies and gentlemen, have a nice welcome for Michael and Daniel. And let me just guess, you guys are what, runaways? Hey, let me tell you something. We got a truck driving dog. Hang around. We got a truck driving dog. You ever heard anything like that? That's unbelievable, isn't it? Woo, man. Where do you guys live?
Upper West Side.
Upper West Side. Hey, you married?
Nope.
So how come you're not in school? What the hell, did you get tossed out? You guys in school? What's going on? Shouldn't you be in school?
It's over for today.
Oh, it's over for today. Oh, yeah. His hand for Beavis and Butthead, ladies and gentlemen. All right, now you heard it was my birthday. You saw it on the big Times Jumbotron, Times Square. Okay, and you got me a little something for the old. Let's see what it is. Anton, how about a drum roll? Here we go. Thank you very much. And it's a personalized license plate that's... Thank you very much. Nice job. Enjoy yourself, kids. Have a nice weekend. Be careful. Bye-bye. Happy birthday, Dale. We'll be right back with Blue, the truck driving dog.
Ahead on the Late Late Show, the actor and director Richard Benjamin, along with the beautiful Tawny Katane. That's only on the Late Late Show, only on CBS.
Those are the two young kids who are nice enough on my birthday to give me this lovely little personalized license plate here. You know, I can put this on the car and drive as fast as I want. They'll never know who the hell it is. Excellent idea. You know, ladies and gentlemen, when I was asked what would make my birthday so very extra special, I immediately said, well, how about a truck-driving dog? Dreams do come true. Here now to tell us about the adventure is Brett Donahoe and the truck-driving dog, Blue. Come on out here, bud. Yes, sirree. I want to tell you something. Looking at that dog right now, that looks like a dog that can operate heavy equipment. That is one championship-looking hound. My God, what kind of dog is that, Brett?
It's part husky and shepherd.
Yes, sir. And by the way, that's the only kind of breed they'll let drive autos on this country. You got to be like a mix like a husky and a shepherd, and there you go. It's like a 6 weeks learner's course, and they put you in a car. They put you in traffic. Brett, why don't you tell us the story of what happened, how it happened, and what the hell's going on?
Well, he came
By the way, Blue, make yourself at home. Hop right up on the furniture.
Well, he came to the gas station where I work.
Where is that, first of all? It's in Ohio, right?
Yorksville, Ohio.
Is that near the Cleveland area? Is that in?
It's 30 miles south of Canton, Akron.
Okay. So you're working one day and you see... He's looking for a truck. So you see Blue out pumping himself some gas or whatever he was doing there. And what did you do? He was a stray dog.
He was a stray. I kept him there for a while, and then I was trying to get a hold of the owner, find out who the owner was, and it was quitting time, so I figured I'd take him home with me.
Couldn't find the owner, so you'd throw him in the truck and you go home. Good for you. Very nice thing for you to do, look after somebody's dog. Then what happens?
Well, it was my girlfriend of mine's anniversary, so I ran out to the store to get some flowers.
That's very nice
her,
of you.
and
What's your girlfriend's name?
Tammy DeVore.
And does she drive a truck?
No, not as well as he does.
Okay, so you run into the store and you get the flowers, and what else do you do?
Dog biscuits I got for him.
Right.
And so I leave the truck running which I hardly ever do. And
now, see, this is a
yeah.
key piece of information. Heretofore, I did not know.
Yeah, I left.
So you left the car. The truck is actually running.
Right.
It's idling. Okay.
Right.
And Blue is there in the
He's
truck.
in the truck.
Yeah.
It was cold, so I left it running for him.
Sure.
And I go in there for about maybe 5 minutes, and I come back out, and the truck's gone.
The truck is gone. Yeah. Because, did you hear the horn honk? Blue was just tired of waiting, wasn't he? He was just like, beep, beep, come on, hurry it up, I gotta go.
He was
beep, beep, I'm gone.
He had somewhere to be, I guess.
Yeah. So what do you think when the truck is gone? What comes to your mind?
First, I thought maybe somebody just moved it. One of my friends might have moved it or something.
Yeah.
I looked around, but I didn't see it, so I just ran in. I called 911, and I told them who I was and where I was at.
What did they say when you reported that your truck and your dog were missing?
They asked me if there was a dog in my pickup truck, and
they knew about it. They knew about it?
They started laughing, and they said, was there a dog in your pickup? And I said, yeah. She says, look out the window. Do you see flashing lights from a police cruiser? And I started laughing. I says, don't tell me that dog took my pickup truck.
Right. So somebody had already reported that there was
the police officer, James Myers, was sitting out in front of the store that night, and he seen my truck pull out of the parking spot.
with a dog driving.
And it didn't have, he was in the driver's seat, and it looked like, you know, a person in the driver's seat. And it pulled out, and it, like, made a right-hand turn.
And boy, Blue, nice gun. With your signal.
Yeah. So he thought, you know, he didn't have his headlights
All
on.
of a sudden, the cop thinks he's like in a police academy movie. Yeah.
So
so Blue's driving without the lights on.
He's observing the truck going through the parking lot.
Right.
And he follows it, and it goes up over the medium strip and through across the street and into somebody's yard.
Hey.
So
How far did Blue actually travel in the truck?
A little over a quarter of a mile.
Quarter of a mile. It ended up in a field, right?
Right.
Nobody was hurt.
Nobody was hurt,
and
thank God.
And was the truck damaged?
It just smashed the front end of the pickup truck.
And I understand it kind of did some damage to the radiator of your truck.
It ruined the radiator.
Now, have you replaced the radiator so far?
Not yet.
Okay, this is your lucky night, Brett, because you came here with Blue, the truck driving dog. There you go, buddy. There's a radiator.
Hey, thanks.
Yes, sir. There you go. And this is for Blue. Next time, put the club on that. And here, we had this made up. This is for the dog. There you go. Congratulations. Thank you, Brett. Nice meeting you. It's Blue, the truck driving dog, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back here with Rosanne Cash. Atta boy, Blue. Ladies and gentlemen, our next guest is a Grammy Award-winning singer, songwriter, truck driver. She is here tonight with a terrific song from, I'm telling you, hey, I listened to this the other day. This is great stuff. Did you write all these songs on there? Hey, nice going. You did a good job. I enjoyed it. I hope this thing's a big seller for you. It'll make you a lot of money. Not that you need any more money, for God's sakes. She's here tonight with a wonderful song from her brand new CD. It's entitled 10 Song Demo. Ladies and gentlemen, Rosanne Cash.